Jeffree Star reacts to Mason Disick Kourtney Kardashian's son as he throws shade. Welcome back to Binge-Worthy Network. Mason Disick came after Jeffree Star, and the makeup mogul responded with a shocking comment. But before we jump in, hit that like and subscribe button if you love to get all the new updates on the Kardashian-Jenner clan. It looks like every member of the Kardashian-Jenner clan is involved in some sort of drama. It's not only the sisters who make headlines, but it's their children as well. Who knew that one day 10-year-old Mason Disick would get into a public feud with one of the biggest faces in the makeup world today? If you are a bit confused by all of this, then today is your lucky day, because we'll be breaking down exactly what happened between Kourtney Kardashian's son and the iconic Jeffree Star. So stick around to find out. In April of 2020, Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick's oldest child, Mason, found himself on social media. Even though both Kourtney and Scott forbid Mason from creating an Instagram or a TikTok account, the 10-year-old troublemaker still decided to do it anyway. And that's when the oldest Kardashian-Jenner baby went on Instagram Live to answer a few fan questions. Even though Mason's attempt at Instagram Live was harmless enough, the 10-year-old still managed to spill a few Kardashian-Jenner secrets, while also upsetting a well-known celebrity. As soon as Kourtney saw her son on Instagram answering questions, the oldest Kardashian sister took away Mason's phone. The Poosh director later revealed that she deleted Mason's social media because he wasn't old enough to have it. But even though Kourtney took away Mason's phone, the 10-year-old still found a way to expose his family live on Instagram. After only a couple of days off of social media, Mason Disick had his legendary comeback. And this time, it was with the TikTok star Addison Rae. Both superstars went on Instagram Live to talk about their favorite foods, shows, and YouTubers. Addison and Mason soon started talking about makeup products and beauty gurus. Mason said, "I don't really watch makeup YouTubers, but I think Charles, maybe, he's really nice." But Mason didn't stop talking about makeup gurus just yet. Because that's when Mason Disick made a comment that shocked social media. When the subject of the legendary makeup artist and businessman came up, Mason decided to outright shade Jeffree Star. Without even thinking about the consequences, Mason straight up called Jeffree spoiled AF. And even though people on Instagram Live found Mason's comments extremely funny and hilarious, little did the 10-year-old know that he would find himself in a public feud. Hours after that Instagram Live made its way to trending topics, Jeffree Star responded to the comment made by the young Kardashian child. The Jeffree Cosmetics CEO went on Twitter to set the record straight and clap back at the reality TV child. Star tweeted, "I had $500 in my bank account 6 years ago. Maybe he's confused with his own privilege versus mine being self-made. Hopefully his father can educate him soon." Yikes! Even for Jeffree, this comment may have been a bit too harsh. As you can imagine, Star's tweet received a lot of attention and spotlight. Many fans started defending Jeffree for teaching a 10-year-old to not publicly call out people. Some even admitted how Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick were known for spoiling their children, and how Mason had no right to say those things about Jeffree. One Twitter user posted, "Mason Disick calling Jeffree Star spoiled. Homie has his entire life handed to him on a silver platter and has the audacity to call others spoiled, LMAO." Another user seemed to agree with Jeffree by saying, "Mad confused how Mason Disick can call Jeffree Star spoiled AF when Jeffree came from nothing and had nothing, and Mason was literally born into the Kardashian family. This kid ain't the brightest, huh?" But while most defended the makeup mogul, many did think that his words were a bit too harsh, especially because it was directed at a young child. And that is why Jeffree decided it would be best to delete his tweets. Here is what some people had to say about Star inappropriately coming after a 10-year-old child on Twitter. "It's Jeffree Star actually coming for Mason? You're like 95 years old, dude, WTF." Another user posted something that made us realize how truly bizarre 2020 has been. The fact that Mason Disick, age 10, and Jeffree Star, age 34, got in a public IG fight about who is more spoiled is a representation of how strange 2020 has been. Needless to say, the public was heavily divided by the feud that suddenly erupted between the Kardashians and Jeffree Star. But there was another reason why Star decided to publicly school Mason, and that reason is the fact that the makeup mogul absolutely hates the Kardashians. Yes, Even though both Jeffree and the reality TV sisters were neighbors at some point, the famous YouTuber has often admitted to not liking the ladies. When the whole Tristan Thompson and Jordyn Woods cheating scandal broke out, Jeffree was at the forefront of the entire situation and scandal. The makeup CEO posted several video messages on Snapchat that exposed how the entire neighborhood of Calabasas knew about Tristan and Jordyn hooking up. Jeffree explained how their so-called kiss wasn't the only thing that happened between Kardashian co-stars. Star continues to say how everyone loves to gossip around Hollywood and how everyone in the entertainment business knew about Tristan and Jordyn's hookups. Jeffree Star has also made public comments about Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner's makeup brands. When Kylie's $360 makeup brushes first launched, Jeffree was one of the first people to review them on his YouTube channel. In the 20-minute-long video, the makeup CEO begins to explain how the pricing was ridiculous for such an underwhelming product. Jeffree then continues to review the brushes while doing his makeup. And after several minutes of bashing Kylie and her cosmetics line, Jeffree ended the video by saying that these brushes were not Jeffree Star approved. But that's not the only time Jeffree disapproved of Kylie's makeup products. In 2019, the youngest self-made billionaire announced she would be adding skincare to her cosmetics line. Now known as Kylie Skin, the youngest Kardashian sister's skincare products soon became a topic of conversation. Many people across social media platforms started calling out Kylie for using rough walnut particles in her cleanser. As you know, walnuts can be very damaging to the skin to the point of causing micro tears and bleeding. So, when Jeffree found out about Kylie's new skincare line, he knew he had to post a review on his channel. And, just like Kylie's $360 makeup brushes, Jeffree's reviews were brutally honest. He heavily advised product consumers to not waste their money on Kylie's new skin products as they were not that great. And as people trusted Jeffree's judgment and knowledge of makeup, many started siding with Star and going after Kylie. And let's not forget that Jeffree also had a problem with Forbes magazine naming Kylie Jenner the world's youngest self-made billionaire. Jeffree, among millions worldwide, does not think Kylie should have been given that coveted title. And here is why. It's no secret that Kylie Jenner would be a nobody if it weren't for her world-famous sisters and their popularity on reality TV. If it wasn't for Kim Kardashian and her scandalous sex tape, the Kardashian-Jenner clan simply would not exist. As soon as Keeping Up with the Kardashians aired back in 2008, the sisters had become household names. Alongside the reality TV show, the ladies have also had hundreds of brand deals, endorsements, and sponsorships. Not to mention their business ventures, makeup lines, and online lifestyle blogs. With everything going behind the scenes at the Kardashian-Jenner clan headquarters, it's unfair to say that Kylie Jenner is a self-made businesswoman. Yes, even though Kylie became famous for her luscious lips and iconic lip liners, we can't deny the fact that Kris Jenner and her sisters had a lot to do with her fame and success. And unlike Kylie, who was born into fame and wealth, Jeffree Star had to build his career from the ground up. For those that may not be aware of the YouTuber and famous makeup CEO, let's take a look at how Jeffree Star is. Born in Los Angeles, California, Jeffree has stood out since childhood. From his heavy grunge and punk phase in the early 2000s to his more pink-styled and girly style in the late 2010s, Jeffree has dominated the world of makeup and YouTube. From being broke and living on his friends' couches to owning his very own makeup company and several businesses, Jeffree is the perfect example of rags to riches. Now, after years of dominating the cosmetics world and makeup, Jeffree is said to have a net worth of $200 million. Even Jeffree admits to having an annual income of around $150 million. But don't think his giant paycheck only comes from his famous eyeshadow palettes and lipsticks. Apart from being the CEO of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, the 35-year-old also dabbles in the world of real estate and property management, making him one of the most successful figures in the entertainment industry today. With all of his life accomplishments and past struggles, it's no wonder why Star got upset about hearing a 10-year-old who probably still sleeps in the same bed with mommy call him spoiled. But unlike Mason, who was born in a reality TV family, Jeffree had to work tirelessly for his cars, his mansions, and his designer clothes. But I guess when you were raised by Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick, there's only so much work you have to do. Considering the fact that Kourtney is notorious for spoiling her 3 children, from having big birthday parties to going out on frequent vacations and having the best clothes and toys, it's no secret that the Kardashian Disick children are spoiled out of their minds. That is why some fans agree with Star about schooling Mason about privilege and being raised with a silver spoon in your mouth. But what do you think? Do you think Jeffree Star's reply to Mason was a little too harsh? Do you think that Mason is extremely spoiled for his age? Is Kourtney right to forbid social media? Thanks for watching.